Okay, so it seems that recently ChaChaYourVMom has been getting a little bit of backlash or a little bit of hate or whatever you want to call it over a collab that she recently did. And it's with a VTuber who you guys probably know, being Kirsche. Now, obviously, Kirsche is also another very popular VTuber. I like both ChaCha and Kirsche. I think they are both great. But of course, yeah, recently they did a little bit of a collab. And obviously, there's been some clips and stuff going around. And well, some people were not so happy about that. And it is mainly to do with Kirsche. Of course, Kirsche gets labeled a lot by many people over on Twitter as some pretty crazy things, right? And every time she interacts with literally anybody, people like to freak out over it. The same, you know, it's happened to people like Filian and stuff before as well, because Filian has done stuff with Kirsche before. And again, it gets a little bit ridiculous to the point where people are just constantly just getting angry at nothing, right? And, you know, there's this one post as well, which has just popped up here saying ChaCha's gone full mask off now and is just openly collabing with bigots. And obviously they're bringing up obviously the old joke that ChaCha said whenever Filian, you know, people talk about Filian's hiatus and all of this kind of stuff. She made a joke about ICE, saying that she was like taken away by ICE and, you know, deported back to the Philippines or whatever, right? Which again was just a joke, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, right? But of course, a lot of people hated that, and a lot of people, you know, have been kind of using that against her all this time, and just kind of, you know, still salty over that one joke, right? Saying after the ice joke she made, I'm not surprised ChaCha would then balk hanging out with Kirsche, and yeah, obviously this was most recently, like 2 days ago, I think it happened, where yeah, they had a little bit of a stream together, right? Lots of people have been enjoying it. They're saying I enjoy when Corey gets bullies, it's so precious. So yeah, some people obviously you know, have been liking this, saying, have they ever collabed before? I don't even remember when they were together with Filian. Then nothing more than bullying a smaller streamer by throwing money and subs at them, which again is quite funny. Now, of course, some people have been talking about, like, for example, this saying, I remember Kirsche initially said a couple of years ago that she'd never collab with ChaCha because of who she was affiliated with. Like Kirsche would be a detriment. After the Filian/Ice joke, Kirsche stood on ChaCha's side still, and now they finally collabed. I have a stream to watch. And then Kirsche says, I've quite literally never said that. I said, I'm not saying you said anything against ChaCha. In the video back then, a chatter brought up collabing, and you said you couldn't, like it wasn't possible. You only said it was due to association, but never elaborated. That I stopped doing collabs entirely for the most part since last year due to not wanting other people to be harassed by rabid Twitter freaks. So you may be interpreting my wording. And of course, well, you can exactly see why, you know, she doesn't collab with people often, because you get entire threads like this, right? Going after ChaCha, which I think is pretty crazy, right? And I do think, you know, Kirsche is definitely right in the sense of being a little bit cautious of who she collabs with and whatever, just due to the fact of they're going to probably get a lot of hate for collabing with her. So yeah, I mean, that is something that will happen. And, you know, there is literal proof of it happening now that she did a collab, right? So I remember at the time I only caught a stream every so often, so I didn't pick up on the reason till months later when you mentioned. I was initially confused then because I thought you'd get along great. Still glad to see it happen, and I'll definitely watch the VOD later. Seeing the collab with ChaCha made me happy, but I can understand where Kirsche is coming from. It's a kind move. That said, I wish for Kirsche to branch out to more people. With more people, it seems fun. Never be afraid to collab with people. You want to hang out with Kirsche. That was a great collab with ChaCha, and I hope you guys, you two, can get together again soon. So yeah, you know, a lot of people have been very positive about this as well. I think that is something that is, you know, maybe more important to bring up. But of course, you know, there is also this entire thread of people saying, yeah, after the ice and deportation joke, I blocked all of her content. I'm unfortunately not surprised. She kind of learned from Filian to collaborate with everyone. Which again, I mean, you know, I mean, if you want to learn from anybody, I probably learn from Filian, right? Because like, if you think about it, at the end of the day, you know, they're saying, oh, you know, they learn from Filian by collabing with everyone. Filian collabing with everyone is one of the big reasons as to why she's so popular, why she is so popular right now, right? That is one of the big reasons as why she has built up this entire kind of channel or whatever. Well, I mean, it's kind of like removed right now, but of course, whenever she comes back, it's the entire reason she has this like huge audience. It's because she collabs with so many people, and because she likes to talk to many people and doesn't really care too much about you know, the random politics and drama and all of this kind of stuff that goes on. She just does it, right? And that's why she's so big, and that's why she's considered one of the biggest VTubers out there, right? And again, you know, so I don't think it's like a bad thing to be taking something from her book, because it clearly works, right? And a lot of the people who tend to shut off others and shut off other VTubers or whatever tend to stagnate, right? They tend to stagnate, they don't grow as much, and yeah, I mean, you know, they just either stay at a consistent, stable level, which maybe they're happy with, and maybe that fulfills them, right? But sometimes, you know, it goes down, and sometimes, you know, it never really changes, right? Which of course can be solved by collabing with as many people as possible, right? So I think ChaCha has also collabed with Smugglerana. Ooh, shock horror, I can't believe it, no way. I'm not surprised. How I think even the reason why Fallon left is because she's not that good of a person to begin with. I mean, hell, her model she stole from someone and bragged about it. The only reason why she got in trouble finally was because someone told the original artist and she had to fight for it. I think they talk about Filian, not Fallon, the Filian. Even the reason why Filian left. So yeah, saying what is with like so many VTubers over the last 2 years turning out to be conservative whack job racists. Which again, are they talking about ChaCha? Because I feel like I don't think she is, right? I don't think ChaCha's a racist. She made a joke about ICE once, sure, right? But that doesn't make her a racist. So again, I don't know. It's weird. Well, I could kind of excuse the ICE joke as dark humor. This not so much. He's joking about feeling get deported. Saying daily reminder that blanks don't deserve human rights. The timing of this is crazy because I had just started to move on from that. And told myself she probably isn't a bad person. How do you just move on from that? That was months ago. I'm gonna be real. You might have a problem. Like I'm gonna be real. If you are like constantly having like this whole thing of like, I can't believe ChaCha would make the ICE joke or whatever, and you're thinking about that for months and months on end, honestly, that might be more of a you issue than a her issue, right? Again, nobody should be thinking about that for more than about maybe a couple of minutes while you're looking at it on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, right? You know, people actually having like moral dilemmas over like ChaCha making jokes, I think is insane. I don't know, like especially for months, right? Maybe a day you think about it for a little bit, like, oh, I don't know about that, but damn, bro, like, I mean, you're just gonna find something else to do, right? Like, surely you got so much time on your hands if you're constantly thinking about this kind of stuff and constantly thinking about, oh, she made a nice joke or whatever. Like, again, I really don't see the issue, but I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it seems like she's getting some backlash for this, and I think it's, to be honest, it's to be expected. As Kirsche even says, that's one of the reasons why she kind of stopped doing collabs as much, because of that reason. And yeah, you can see, you know, just from now, it has happened once again. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code CHACHA, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.